Hey, Green Machine friends and fans of fun. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. Wow, the world has changed completely. It's a different world from what it was last year, and like, I guess handshaking is out pretty much forever. We put it to a vote. We're done with that. No, everything's changed. People are angry. The world's kind of scary right now, and most of us can empathize and understand why. So I hope you and your loved ones are safe right now. I hope everyone is calm. And I hope if you need entertainment, you'll think of us. We've expanded, sort of, kind of. We are still in the comics game. We are still doing that, but we've also expanded into streaming, so you can catch me game streaming pretty much almost every day. Let us come entertain you. If you find me funny on these, come on over to Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Green Machine Comics. We also have greenmachinecomics.live, which is also our Twitch feed. But if you go there, you can find Green Machine Comics merchandise. So if you want a shirt or a hat with my face or like a bomber jacket with our logo, you can get it all there. You can also buy t-shirts from Yogi. Yogi has t-shirts. Why don't you come sport that thing? Just come show that thing off. It's a very military. You could probably wear it to formation at one point. No one would know. No. So yeah, that's our plug. If you don't know, we can't say too much right now, but we've been going through hard times, and some folks have really helped us to help push us through. We're not through them yet, so we are also, if you go to our Twitch page, we are definitely taking donations and whatever else. So if we entertain you over there, feel free to throw us a couple bucks if you want to. You can also sub. We're a Twitch affiliate now. But let's get to the comics. Let's get to all the other stuff. So, just so you know, we have Pop, I Am Iron Man. It is a glow-in-the-dark pop. We've only got a few left. So if you really, really want this, it's amazing. Come pick it up. We also have Punisher War Machine, which is something I desperately want, because if you don't know, that's the Matthew Rosenberg Punisher War Machine run, which was amazing. So we've got that as well. And we have comics. Let's get to our comics reviews. We have a lot this week. We've missed you, by the way. There's been grand changes in the comics industry. DC said they had it with Diamond, and they've jumped ship, and now they're with Lunar.
They're with 3 vendors now.
Well, what's the comic?
Lunar, Penguin, and some other one.
Lunar something, and Penguin, and something else. So that's wild. Meanwhile, Diamond, you're gonna... I try not to bite the hand that feeds. However, we've had some grand issues with them delivering things and not giving us the data that we've implemented in our system. So we're still inputting some shipments. Everything has been messed up. Everything. And we got damaged books. But not for our subs, and if you come shopping in here, we won't put anything out that is too damaged, and if you think it's too damaged, well, talk to us. But, yeah, it's been wild. Okay, so first book this week is Adventureland. This is Fraction, so Matt Fraction, Dotson, and Cowles, Dennis Cowles, my man Dennis Cowles. This is an amazing book. This book pretty much, first of all, it's after a story, a very superhero-esque story in an old-timey book about a team called Adventureman, and it has a very sudden and tragic ending. Meanwhile, the family that's reading it has a statement that I think we can all agree with is a proper statement for the times we're living in now, and that is, what the butts? What the butts? And they say it throughout it. What the butts? I'm a huge fan. The art is amazing. The story is really good. Well, I mean, not a lot was explained, but it was fun. And what the butts? Why not with the butts? There's a mystery centered around the Adventureland stories, and a family is going to get to it. The other thing about it is the mom in the story is hard of hearing, and they nailed that. It's a very good representation of someone who was hard of hearing. So I rather loved it. I had a great time with this story. So yeah, come check this out. It's image number 1. It's great and good representation image. Next is Excalibur, issue number 10. This is Howard Toe, R.C. Onega. And is this great? Well, it's certainly weird. Well, what do we know? We know that Betsy's filling in as Captain Britain, and we know that generally there's only one Captain Britain, and she's mad at her brother. Well, what happens when there are alternate timelines? Because let's remember, we're dealing with fantasy. This is the fantasy X-Men team. There are alternate timelines, and in every one of them, Betsy gets killed. So a new Captain Britain rises from the Excalibur team. So now most of the Excalibur team on some timeline is a member of Captain Britain. Now keep in mind, there have been hundreds, maybe thousands of Captain Britons in alternate timelines. They used to all hang out. They had like a mixer at it's not the Oblivion Bar, but it's the Captain Britain Oblivion Bar, I guess we could call it.
They call them pubs, sir.
Yeah. But I guess they're putting together a team, and that puts them on the warpath with the real Captain Britain, or the mainline Captain Britain, I guess you'd call it. So I don't know how this is going to play out. It's weird. It's fun. Oh, and in each of these realities, too, Britain was tricked into thinking that Krakoa attacked them with missiles. So, yeah. Going back to the old themes, I guess. But is it a good read? It was pretty good. The art's great. It's just weird. But you know what you get with this fantasy X-Men comic. It's weird. Next is a book I absolutely love this week, and it might actually be my pick of the week, and that's issue 755 of The Flash. The Flash has been dealing with a character, I think his name is Paradox. It's sort of a villain that he caused when he didn't quite rescue Paradox's family, and so he's pissed off at him. Meanwhile, he's sort of killing the Flash on all timelines and creating paradoxes. So his end goal is destroy the universe, or the reality, because that's a good idea, I guess. But the Flash has gotten Godspeed and Reverse Flash involved, and former villains. That's probably not the best idea, but was it fun? It was great. I had such a good time with it. There is a redemption story in there, and an attempt at a redemption story in there, and honestly, this is Flash in pretty good form. So, yeah, if you like Flash, issue 755 is totally your jam. Next is Justice League 46. This is Venditti, Zermanico, and Fajardo Jr. I always struggle with his name. And this is, I have to confess, I've been a little annoyed with the Venditti books as of late because of the opening with the Eradicator, who I really can't stand. But this is pretty much what happens if all of the Justice League go to Themyscira and piss off all the Amazonian tribes. And then on top of that, what happens if the spirit of vengeance, the Spectre, possesses all of the Amazonians and messes them up because we've got an evil Spectre in play? What do? Well, I normally you would kiss your butt goodbye because that's a nightmare scenario. The evil Spectre is that's about as bad as things can get. So yeah, it's a pretty good read, honestly. It's a much better read, this book, than the other ones that came previously in this Venditti stuff. I'm super. Whenever you open something with the Metropolis kid, I get a little one, but it's fine. It's fine. Okay. Justice League 46. Honestly, it's a good read. I think maybe I'm just going through Snyder withdrawal. Maybe that's it. But yeah, come check this out. It's pretty good. The Cimmerian Adventure, Red Nails. I'm gonna sort of cover part of this cover because it's kind of wild. And this is Conan, of course. Conan, the Barbarian, and this is the actual Robert E. Howard, Savage Hero Uncensored. So they're going off the real stories, which are wild and insane. And at times I kind of wish we'd grown past it because some of that old Robert E. Howard stuff's a bit dated. Yeah. But what do you get in this? Well, you get Valeria, which is kind of cool. She's in this. And you get a good Conan story. I don't have a lot to complain about. It's pretty much a dungeon crawl. Is it true to the source material? feels like it, but I have memory issues, so I've not remembered a lot of that. We need to talk about Conan for a minute, because I thought I dreamed a Conan story that was about a space elephant tribe that Conan had to deal with in a tower, and they were just basically elephants from space. They were aliens. And space magic and stuff. And I thought I dreamt this, and it was totally fake and didn't exist. And then my friend Setsu Izumi was like, no, that's real. That's real. You really read that story. And I was like, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with them? So, is Conan weird? Yeah, the source material is weird as all hell. But it's still a pretty good read. I will say that if you've grown to like the new Conan stuff on the shelf, it's a little different. I like our newer Conan in the Marvel Universe type stuff, but it's still pretty good. So come check it out. Next is a book I'm super excited to talk about, and that is Batman issue number 92. Now, why are we excited to talk about Batman issue 92? Well, there's a lot of moving parts. If you don't know, Deathstroke put together a team of assassins to kill Batman because his time is up. Meanwhile, there's a terrible big bad who has had some plans that have been hatched for like 20 years that is finally coming to, or 10 years, that is finally coming to fruition. Catwoman played a role in that, so now she's kind of regretting that role. Meanwhile, good old Edward Nygma, the Riddler, has gone sort of rogue and is being a puppet master because he's done a bunch of meth and been up for weeks at a time. It's very out of character. The Joker, Lex broke him when he didn't give him the offer, and he's been kind of grotesque and weird. So he's in play. Meanwhile, we finally get Joker's new girlfriend, Punchline, in play, and a big fight between her and the ex. So you're gonna want to see all of this. It's great. It's really good. I do have to what? This is the 1 in 25, and I'm sorry, but I'm probably taking this for myself. I really, really want it. And then we've also got this Punchline, which is an Archer variant, and we have a lot of them for you. And I don't know, I kind of think the Archer is amazing. So, yes, you should come pick this up. We have lots. So if you want something that is most definitely something to collect, a big deal, this is gonna be it. So come get it. And is the storybook great? It's great. Is the art great? It's great. I have very, very, very little to complain about so far with this Tinian the Fourth run, other than I just loved King, and I know I might be the odd man out from some of you, but I loved King, and Tinian the Fourth is after. But he's doing such good things. I'm having a good time with it. So come check it out. Next is a book I'm super excited to talk about because, one, I loved it. It was a great starting run. I'm glad they've continued with it. Two, with our times going the way they are right now, I have said out loud several times, it would be a perfect time for Milestone Comics to come back from the dead. This would be a perfect time. We need them now more than ever. And it's probably not going to happen, as my friend Derek McCaw said, for a number of reasons. But what do you do then? Well, you get some of the old Miles Comics artists and writers, pretty much what would you call them? Alumni. And you have them in Bitterroot, in Image. And you put together a story that, while it takes place in the past, it uses racism, or uses a metaphor of monsters for a very in-your-face metaphor for racism. And on top of that, it totally references today and all the things we see on media right now. And it's good. It's good. People are ugly. People are mean. People are nasty. And this is tackling it in a very in-your-face way. It's a good comic. The art is just friggin' amazing. And go figure, I'm really partial to Dennis Kaus, but the art is just friggin' amazing. Come check it out. It's so good. Bitterroot issue number 8, it does not disappoint, and it's glad to see them back in form. So yeah, come get it. Next is, Legion of Superheroes 6, and I'm going to spoil a little bit of this for you because it's not on this cover. This is the variant. Our main line sold out. But there is a Gold Lantern in play, and as a Lantern Corps member, I was super excited to find out that there's a Gold Lantern in play. Do they explain his backstory? No. No, he just appears, and then they go, oh my god, he has the best backstory. You need to get it from him. And they don't explain it at all. So I don't know. I, I have no idea. He looks cool. He looks cool. His power set's pretty weird. It's worth picking up for that. I will say that. It's weird that they didn't. If you're gonna introduce a character that's that cool, like a gold, like that's like Lord Draken of Power Rangers. Like it's a character that's infinitely cool by default because he's a gold lantern. Explain that crap. Well, whatever. All right. So is the story good? Well, the story's weird, but it's a wrap up to somebody stealing Aquaman's trident, and maybe the Earth gets fixed a little in the future. On top of that, it's they introduce a new character. Come check it out. If I sound hard on that book, it was kind of all over the place. Next is, issue 21 of Justice League Odyssey. This is Abennet, Conrad, and Burrito. This is the wrap-up, the beginning of the final fight between Darkseid and powered-up Jessica Cruz, who can now throw Omega Beams and all types of wildness going on. Yeah, she's got her lantern ring is broken and in her hand. She can throw Omega Beams. Meanwhile, Dex-Starr is in play, and he's my favorite Red Lantern, without a doubt. He's in play. They're trying to trap Darkseid. There's a lot of moving parts in this story. It's good. It's fun. I'm still not sold on a new character, Gamma Knife, which is just essentially a character with a knife lightsaber, and robots. But whatever, it is what it is. This is a great read. I'm having a good time with it, so come check it out. And next book on our list is, and then we're gonna go to the Go and No Go. This is the 100-page Joker 80th anniversary issue, and wow, do you get a lot with this. I mean, a lot. One, you're going to get stories from several Batman creators over the years. Two, one of the stories is referencing that Arkham Asylum, Grant Morrison, the one that everyone I know that has read it, including myself, goes, wow, this is some level of insanity, and it's weird. So do you get that feel? You absolutely do. You get a lot of very good Joker stories, amazing Joker covers over the years. Two stories in particular. One where Joker was invited to a kid's birthday party, which was oddly touching in a really twisted way. And two, the origin of Punchline is in this story. Wow! So you really gotta come pick this up because she's pretty twisted. So yeah, come pick this up. It was a good read. And there's little to complain about. It is $10, but you're getting a trade paperback essentially, and it's pretty darn good. Next, we're gonna go to the
comeback, huh?
Our comeback will be bigger than our setback from Diamond Comics. Wow.
I think they got confused.
They're just. I don't know, man. Their comebacks are as damaging as their setbacks, is all I'm going to say. Let's talk about that in the next few issues. So, okay, Go or No Go. Rick and Morty Go to Hell. It's amazing. I don't know why. The Rick and Morty Go to Hell makes me think of Ernest Goes to Hell, which wasn't a real story, right? It was a fictional story that was making fun of the fact that there's an Ernest Goes to Everything. And I feel bad saying that because that poor guy died. But I'm secretly hoping that John Cena will bring back the Ernest franchise because he looks just like him now. He could pull it off. He could do it. Anyways, Rick and Morty Go to Hell is it's actually pretty good. It's better than the mainline Rick and Morty books. So I had a good time. It's a go. Sorry, should have said go. Stealth issue 2. This is on the Skybound imprint for Image. It's essentially Iron Man meets Venom meets Black Panther. It's what it feels like. It's pretty darn good. It's a new hero. I didn't hate it. It's an aging hero with mental health issues, and maybe he's got to pass the mantle. So it's kind of a good statement on stuff. New Mutants. The New Mutants have to deal with a giant blob of nightmares that has enveloped a town in Russia. It's weird.
Okay.
go if you're a New Mutants fan. If you're anyone else, don't jump in on this book. Sorry. Deadpool, issue number 5. Thompson, Sandoval, Nava, and Sotomayor. Elsa Bloodstone's in this, which I really like. And Deadpool is still King of the Mutants, and it was oddly touching. So, go. It was pretty good. Oh, man. Miles Morales outlawed. Well, the Kamala Act is in play. And they've come to realize that, well, Miles might be an underage superhero, and he might be on a collision course with the government, and it has a very Civil War feel to it. I'm liking where they're going with this. There's a good sense of desperation in this story, too. And this is a totally damaged copy from Diamond, because why wouldn't it be? Sorry. I'm going to compose myself. This is a go. This is absolutely a go. Just get a better copy than this. It's a go. Next is Batman Secret Files, issue number 3. We've had 3 of these Secret Files. Each one of them had introduced something really awesome. I will say this is going to tie into the Joker War. It's pretty interesting. That story is. The rest of them are kind of not as... if you need more Batman this week, come pick it up. If you're anyone else, you're better off with the mainline Batman this week. It's just an alright story. There are some revelations, is all I'm going to say. Next is Amethyst, Wonder Comics. I probably should have talked about this in the main thing. This is Amy Reeder and Marissa Louise. The Rebellion's not going so well. Actually, the Rebellion is going pretty well, but folks didn't know that it was Princess Amethyst that was leading them. And how are you gonna do this novel about Gemworld with all the bright colors and everything else, and not include Jen Bartel? It's Gemworld. She started out with a comic called Gem. Granted, it's a J, and it's about the rock band. Her art is like a rave in your eyes. Why is Jen Bartel not involved with this Amethyst story? It's crazy, man. Granted, the art is amazing. The story's pretty good. I've liked all of these Wonder Comics things. I think you should pick it up. But why isn't Jen Bartel in on this project? What the Okay. Next is Cobra Kai, the Karate Kid Saga continues, issue number 4. And are they just dialing it in? The first issue was great. The second, third, and now 4th issue seems like they're just retelling the Karate Kid movie. 90% of that is retelling the Karate Kid movie. It's a no-go.
There's a show right now.
Oh, the Amethyst is go. This is a no-go. I'm sorry. Unless you're collecting this because you really like the Karate Kid franchise, which I do, it's a no-go. What the heck? All right, Black Cat. Issue number... What issue is this? 11. McKay, Villa, and Reber. This is a go for a lot of reasons, but Black Cat is stealing from all of the Marvel Universe, and she might be stealing from Iron Man, which you might get to see something cool. So it's a go. Come pick it up. And the last book on our list, which I don't know why I have 2 copies of, is Batman the Adventure Continues, which if you can't tell, this is Batman the Animated Series. This is the 90s animated series. What do you get from this? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, you get the art from the 90s series, which is good. You get a lot of cast of characters, plenty of villains. You get that 90s cartoon feel. And if you've ever wanted to know who would win in a fight between Batman and the Iron Giant, well, you kind of get that. I mean, it's not called the Iron Giant, but it's the Iron Giant. So come check this out. It's great. It's great. I mean, you have to really love the 90s comics to think it's great. I wouldn't say start with this if you've never seen that. I mean, 90s comics, the 90s cartoon. I wouldn't say start with this if you've never seen the 90s cartoon, but it was a pretty good time. I had a good time. Come pick it up. That's the end of our go and no-go list. And are we doing our drawings? Do we have...
We got a couple posters.
We got a couple posters. Let's do our drawings. Let's do them. Are you ready? I'm spinning. How many? 2?
We'll do 2.
2. We're doing 2. I'm taking them both out. I'm going to show them to you. 388.
That is going to be Will North.
Will North, you've won a poster. And number 97.
Kenneth Brightwell.
Kenneth Brightwell, you've won a poster. And I guess that's our show for this week. We appreciate everyone from the bottom of our hearts that has helped us with everything this week. Or not this week, this lockdown. We appreciate you. We love you very much. We're not out of the woods yet. There are changes coming. But, we're fighters, and we don't know anything but to not give up. So we could still use your help. So if you're able to help us, come pick up your books, first of all. That would help immensely if you come pick up your books. Also, just roll through, pick up trades. If you want trades, call us up. We'll tell you what we got. If you want to donate to our Twitch, donate to our Twitch. We have PayPal. If you want to donate to our PayPal, we appreciate any support we can get. I feel like I'm shilling now. I'm sorry.
You're good. You're good.
And that's our show for this week. So, yeah. Do that.